Good evening, viewers, and welcome to today's edition of the News First. A look at the headlines. President Draupadi Murmu inaugurates Vividhata Ka Amrit Mahotsav at the Rashtrapati Bhavan. Meghalaya Cabinet approved the amendments to the Meghalaya Building Bylaws 2021 and Shillong Urban Mobility Policy 2024. First International Water Conclave held in Shillong. KHADC launched the theme song for Monolith Festival. And in boxing, Nikhat Zareen and Arundhati Chaudhary storms into the semi-finals of the Strandzha Memorial Tournament in Bulgaria. And now the news in detail. The President of India, Draupadi Murmu, inaugurated the Vividhata Ka Amrit Mahotsav at the Rashtrapati Bhavan today. Speaking on the occasion, the President said that many beautiful and diverse forms of our culture can be seen in the Northeast. It is a matter of great pleasure that the first edition of the Vividhata Ka Amrit Mahotsav is being started with celebration of Northeast. She said that Northeast is blessed with precious natural beauty. The Vividhata Ka Amrit Mahotsav is being organized at the Rashtrapati Bhavan to celebrate and showcase the rich diversity of India. The first edition of this celebration focuses on the Northeast. This Mahotsav showcases beauty, rich heritage and vibrant cultures of Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, Tripura, Mizoram, Meghalaya and Sikkim. The Cabinet on Friday approved the amendments to the Meghalaya Building Bylaws 2021 for sustainable urban development in Meghalaya. While speaking to reporters after the Cabinet meeting, Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma said that these amendments are being done in line with certain provisions and certain conditions that have been put in place by the Government of India. Informing that they have also approved the Shillong Urban Mobility Policy 2024, Sangma said that this again is done in line with the Government of India, wherein to ensure that the overall mobility in Shillong improves, a policy has to be created. Hence, the Cabinet cleared the policy today.
The policy in place, so it gives us some kind of a vision and some kind of goals that we can come forward with. For example, we would like to go with a concept which we call 20-minute city. So this is a concept that is done in many parts of the country and the world, where a particular neighborhood should be about 20 minutes, where people should be able to move around their particular locality in the area and get majority of the services within 20 minutes. So this policy is basically a draft vision and a guideline as to what we would like to achieve. And to be able to achieve that, then there are many steps to be taken. So for example, to do that, then we have to maybe create some kind of low emission zones, low congestion zones, so on and so forth. So all those things will come out as we move forward.
Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma today underscored the importance of interstate and international dialogue on climate change and the environment. While addressing at the first International Water Conclave, he said the objective of the conclave is to bring different departments of the government and different members of the civil society together to address the issues and not just focus on scheme implementation or completion of targets. The two-day conclave is being attended by delegates from Thailand, Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar, Cambodia and Vietnam, and stakeholders from different agencies and the international institutions. The program was also attended by Water Resource Minister Komingon Yambon, Health Minister Ambereen Lyngdoh, Minister Fisheries A.L. Hek and Secretary from the Ministry of Jal Shakti, Government of India, Debashri Mukherjee.
The objective of this actual conference and the conclave is to bring everybody together, department-wise, throughout state governments, throughout different organizations, throughout society, to realize that we need to keep our eye on the ball. And we need to address the issues and not just focus on scheme implementation or completion of certain targets. And hence, a holistic approach is required. We need to realize that there is a larger objective to what individually every department is doing, and we need to talk to each other.
The Meghalaya government has sought the support of the centre in its effort to rejuvenate some of the more critical rivers and streams in Shillong city as well as in other parts of the state. While speaking at the inaugural function of the two-day International Water Conclave held today, Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma said that apart from the Jal Jeevan mission for the rural areas, the state has a large problem with the water connectivity in the city itself. He said that the government is working in a manner to strike a balance between the economic livelihood of the people as well as the sustainability of the environment and of the streams and the rivers.
By our secretary, we all know that the kind of water issues that we're facing today, in the next 10 to 15 years, if necessary steps are not taken today, we'll be facing much more larger scale of problem, and more importantly, maybe too late for us to then start the work to mitigate those particular problems that we have. And hence, this particular water conclave. Today we are over 70%, almost touching 75%, and we expect that we should be able to cross 90% plus when it comes to the Jal Jeevan and the functional tap connections at the household level.
The KHADC today formally launched the theme song for the upcoming 3 days Monolith Festival to be held at the Khasi Heritage Village in Mauplang from February 22nd to 24th. On the occasion, Deputy CEM Pinchgain N's AIM also released the roadshow media campaign of the festival. The vehicle will be travelling to various parts of Khasi Hills to publicise and create awareness of the upcoming festival. While speaking to reporters, AIM said that the upcoming festival will be different from the previous editions of the festival. Invitations have been sent to all the 53 traditional Himas or kingdoms of Riboy, East and West and Southwest Khasi Hills district. The much-awaited festival will showcase the rich culture of the Khasis.
Items, shirt, bakin yo ki traditional jongki bakum juru ki food items ki jongki kumjuru iya ka janjikan dise council la ko lang ki ru bakin yo wan bo ki stol ki jongki ya ki din tendrai jongki ki mar tendrai ki jongki.
The government has announced India's highest civilian award, Bharat Ratna, to former Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao, Chaudhry Charan Singh and father of the Green Revolution, Dr. M.S. Swaminathan today. The announcement was made by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on his social media post. Expressing delight over the announcement, Prime Minister Modi said P.V. Narasimha Rao, as a distinguished scholar and statesman, served India extensively in various capacities. He said that his visionary leadership was instrumental in making India economically advanced and laying a solid foundation for the country's prosperity and growth. The NPP MP candidate for the Shillong parliamentary constituency, Dr. Maisel Ampreen Lingdor, held her second election campaign meeting with the NPP party workers of the Jawai constituency at the Lathlabo Indoor Hall yesterday. She was accompanied by Deputy Chief Minister Snobha Langdhar, State Working President of NPP Hemletson Doling, Jawai local MLA and State Working President of NPP Vailat Miki Shilla and others. In her speech, Lingdor appealed the residents of Jawai constituency to cast their valuable vote in her favour. The Lok Sabha has taken up discussion on the white paper on the Indian economy and its impact on the lives of the people of the country. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman laid the white paper in the lower house today. N.K. Premachandran of RSP and TMC leader Saugata Roy moved a substitute motion against the white paper. In her remark, the finance minister said that after 10 years of pulling the Indian economy from the fragile 5 and taking it to reach the stage of the top 5 economies, the white paper has been laid by the government. She said that the paper is laid with responsibility so that the records have factual information of the economy. Israeli forces carried out deadly airstrikes on Gaza on Friday, hours after the US President Joe Biden described the military response to the October 7th attack on Israel by the Palestinian territories' ruling Hamas movement as over the top. Israel pressed on with its bombing campaign as diplomats sought to salvage ceasefire talks after Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu rejected a Hamas proposal that also envisioned the release of hostages held by the Palestinian militant group. The United States hoped to secure a pause in fighting before Israel carries out a threatened ground assault on the southern city of Rafah, where over half of Gaza's 2.3 million people are sheltering near the border with Egypt. Reigning world champion Nikhat Zareen and Arundhati Chaudhary stormed into the semi-finals of the 75th Strandja Memorial Tournament in Sofia, Bulgaria last night. In a closely contested first quarter-finals, Nikhat defeated France's Kadiri Valisa in the 50 kg category by 5-0. Nikhat will face the Bulgarian counterpart Zlatislava Chukhanova in the semi-finals. Arundhati Chaudhary in the 66 kg category dominated Matovic Milena of Serbia to secure a 5-0 victory. She will meet Jessica Tribelova of Slovakia in the semi-finals. Both the semi-final matches will be played tomorrow. And now here is the weather report. The maximum temperature recorded was 14.6 degrees Celsius, while the minimum temperature was 3.5 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity in the morning was 76%, while in the evening it stood at 56%. The forecast, dry weather with shallow to moderate fog, is likely to occur at isolated places. And before we conclude, a look at the headlines once again. President Draupadi Murmu inaugurates Vividhata Ka Amrit Mahotsav at the Rashtrapati Bhavan. Meghalaya Cabinet approved the amendments to the Meghalaya Building Bylaws 2021 and Shillong Urban Mobility Policy 2024. First International Water Conclave held in Shillong. KHADC launched the theme song for Monolith Festival. And in boxing, Nikhat Zareen and Arundhati Chaudhary storm into the semi-finals of the Strandja Memorial Tournament in Bulgaria. And that's a wrap of today's edition of the news. Thank you very much for joining us, and from all of us here, it's wishing you good night.